Thanks for staying with us. So there was a heartbreaking story over the weekend about the news of a woman who died in an auto crash while chasing her husband and his mistress along the Murtala Mohammed Highway, Calabar, Cross River State. According to reports, the woman was said to be in pursuit of her husband, alleged to be with a mistress in his car, when she lost control of the vehicle and veered off into a ditch. So the conversations have come up and people are talking, especially because the alleged side chick was how Mariam put it yesterday. She was taken off safely, tucked away safely before, because the story, according to the story, I mean, these are unconfirmed reports, but according to the story, while the woman was chasing the man, when she veered off, when she obviously veered off to hit the wall, he parked the car, got the mistress off the car, then drove back to see his wife to try to help her. And many took that as, so you had to ensure the
First
safety
of all, take care of
auntie before you, but different angles. But then this now brings the conversation of all the issues of mistresses, side chicks, girlfriends, and how we raise demons and curses on these people. And somehow, in some cases, they come out being the winners in many equations. We had discussed it during King Charles's emergence, when we said that his wife, Kamala, has now become the queen consort. And we're thinking to yourself, Camilla, we're not saying that she became the queen consort, and we're thinking to ourselves, this was a side chick at some point. This is something many would have loved for Queen Diana to emerge, to become the queen consort at this time. But a lot of these things, these are stories that happen where you see the equation doesn't always come out the way we always expect it to come out. So in this situation right now, men will say, has the woman lost out because she has 3 children that she left behind? What are your thoughts on this, especially as wives, people who are in serious relationships, partners, and you feel that, okay, how far would you go in this if you were in that woman's shoes? It's easy to say, I would never do, but you never know when you find yourself in that, where you are hurt, because there are many circumstances. I don't want us to just think she saw and chased. There could have been a build-up.
Yes.
There's likely to have been built. The various factors could have happened that caused that point where she says, I'm going to chase up and see this for myself. So we don't know.
Well, I think because one of her friends apparently tweeted to say she had been going through this, he'd been cheating on her, and she'd been going through this. But there's another story that says another friend called her to say, I can see your husband at the mall. I think people should be a bit more
sensitive.
Yes, before you call anybody's wife.
I agree.
Why are you calling the wife to say, I saw your husband? What is your own business? You want to marry the man?
If she's the one you're helping your friend.
Don't help.
Which kind of help is that?
Don't help like
that. Think that because
I don't agree with that kind of help.
There are different sides to this story, because if your friend has complained to you several times, or maybe you've tried to tell your wife, your friend, wait, this is happening, I heard this is happening, and she doesn't believe you. I have seen them in the mall, this is what I'm seeing, come and see. They are different, we never know how these things happen. Bisi, your thoughts on this?
It was so painful that this happened and she ended up losing all the ways. She lost all round. She lost the husband, she lost her kids, she lost her life because of this sort of infidelity. And we always tell women, when it happens the first time, it happens again, you have to tell yourself 1 or 2 things. Can I deal with this going forward? Should I stay and close my eyes and mind my children? Can I cope? Or should I leave? There are always those 2 options. If you think he's going to change, you are deceiving yourself. If you think after a while, something is going to happen that will transform him. If you think it's by your doubling up, by cooking better meals, by dressing well and all that will make him stay at home, a cheater is a cheater. It has nothing to do with you. He will not change. So you tell yourself, I've seen women who stayed in relationship that the men cheated all through the marriage. They're still happily married. They just told themselves, this is my life. I know this man goes out. Uncle, please protect yourself so you don't bring nonsense to me. I'm going to focus on my children, focus on my life, focus on my career. And they live through.
And they get away so easy.
No.
That's the patriarchal's world. You let this man get away.
Now that you chased them and you died, who now got away? Because the truth is that night, that girl will be rubbing his head and telling him sorry for losing his wife.
No, he might not go near that girl again.
No, lie, yo. Men, forget.
No.
After that, I'm just telling you, the typical mindset.
No.
See, now, I had an uncle from a far distant area. And he had this wife at home who was giving him hell, according to him, because me, I did not see the hell. But then he had a side chick. Now, this side chick he was dating as a girlfriend before he married the wife. So I don't know why he didn't marry the side chick and decided to marry the wife.
Always happens.
After marrying the wife, he kept on with that relationship.
Right.
And this woman was fighting him everywhere. Enter the bar, we see him, would tear his shirt and all that. After a while, the woman, in one of the fights, something happened, and that was how she was in the hospital. That night, auntie came to take care of him, to nurse him. That is the life of a man. So tell yourself the truth. Some people, for them, it's not their deal breaker. As long as you're taking care of me and my family, I'm fine. I will be okay. I'll hold the home front for you. Go and do your thing and come out. That's what the reality they have seen, and they have told themselves they can stay. For others, they will pack their bags and go because they cannot deal. But that idea of chasing him from club to club, fighting the woman who is involved, I think women should stop doing that. Give them so much power.
Let me give you two scenarios, because I know that we get all these kind of stories in our DMs all the time, people sending me messages. And I do recall that one said that she suffered for this person. This is a person that he didn't have anything when she started with him. And they grew together. And she practically did the home. Now, by God's grace, he's been able to build something, and now they are happy. He's looking better, he's more happier. And then this side chick comes in, because now he has confidence. He's not going to, he knows a Chelsea fan. He's a Kineko fan. We'll start going to the boys and hanging out. So she said she observed he started changing, and she was happy, you're now having the confidence. But it came with the side chick factor. And she just felt that, she felt betrayed. So this person went all the way in getting evidence. So all she was just trying to get evidence.
To
take
prove.
a picture, to prove. So not because she was heartbroken, but she wanted to have the facts, to say, family, I'm leaving this guy because I saw him at this person, I have a picture of this, I have evidence of this, So she didn't do a chase like this person, but she was going around getting evidences. Now, while doing that, anything could have happened to her.
Yeah.
But the truth is that in her own, to give her that satisfaction that I did everything I could for this person, and I left based on evidence. I didn't just leave because of hearsay. She was justified to go and find those evidences. So are we saying that if you hear, you suspect, regardless, just move on?
I think you should be smart in your getting invested. You can hire a private investigator. See, don't put yourself...
That is their work.
Yeah, don't put yourself in a line where you can get hurt because you want to prove a case. You want to fight, Abi, you go gather your pockets, hire a private investigator, follow this idiot around, and make sure that you catch him, take pictures and all that. And that friend that even called should have just done a simple video and sent to her friend.
Abi?
You didn't need to call her. She could have been nursing a child. She had something she was doing, and then she...
my
you know
own
the kind of
point.
friend you have that will panic and want to move. I think we need to be more responsible in passing this sort of messages. If I go out there and I see your guy outside,
are you going to call me?
Why will I call you?
You that you call me, I will ask you. So what's your why?
I won't call you.
Abi, you think if I see any of your men with women, I will call you? I will not call you.
But tell me later, Sha.
I won't tell you. I will not tell you.
Don't call me, no, tell me later.
I will not.
So that I can just position myself.
If I see Mr. Brown with any woman, this is how I will look. In fact, if Mr. Brown sees me, he will look at me, I will look at him as if I didn't see him. So he will be confused as whether I saw him or not, because I will just do... I'm telling you the truth. It is not my business. If you want to find out if your husband is cheating, go and find out. It's not my business. And it's not my business to tell you.
YK, do you know that there are some people that will give you the testimony that They fought. I mean, I have heard mothers say, I stood there. I fought hard, tooth and nail for my. I can never let what they call it, igbami, whatever. I stay by my whatever how they say. You know, they try to tell you that some of these side chicks use jazz.
Yeah.
And they went all out to destroy the jazz, and they fought to get their home back. So some women will give you those kind of testimonies that will make a young woman, a woman who's actually a lawyer. She's an accomplished lawyer. This woman that passed on. You hear these mothers bragging about how they did things to fought and kept their home, and you feel like, well, don't give up so easy. You tell yourself, don't give up so easy. Go there, check, fight. I mean, get the evidences, do this, do that. Maybe that's what chased her. She chased that man to the point where I need to know for myself if this indeed is who I think it is. It's possible. She was, I know this girl. Could it be this person I think? So my husband, I'll sort you out later. But I need to see the face of that girl. That girl, I want to see that face. You never know what's in the heart of these women.
She's seeing the face now.
She now saw the face, Abi, and she has now gone to the other world, Abi, after seeing the face. No. There are smart ways. The scripture says wisdom is profitable to direct. There are smart ways that you can find out this information. I've also had stories of people who went to, let me see the face, and they went there and the side chick beat the wife blue and black, and the man disappeared. I've had those stories. Do I want to get there and be beaten? Do I know if that one has one bone? I can't fight that sort of fight. Let's just be wise with it. I've seen women who fought on their knees. They entered their room, locked the door, and they fired prayer. Anybody who comes after my husband, this, that, and they were able to win their husbands back. So fighting another person because of the choice your husband has made is not even a wise thing to do. I don't think it's personally, my personal opinion, I don't think it's a wise thing to do. I will handle the issue with my husband personally, and we will have an agreement. This monogamy we are doing, is it working or is it not working? Am I in a polygamous marriage without knowing that I am? You have to tell me how it is. Is it okay if we part ways or we stay, you know your duties? In fact, I would be upset that you were caught. What is wrong with you?
Yeah?
Yes, you're not smart.
Let me go on a break. When we come back, we open our phone line, stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this issue of side chick because sometimes it looks like the side chicks win at the end of the day. You know, you grew up with this, it will never happen, God forbid, you know. And then in some cases, the equation is such that the side chick won. And we now look at it and thinking, how best could we have managed these situations? And it's important that women, we put ourselves in the shoes of this woman, because I don't want to believe she was stupid. I don't want to believe she was dumb. I would like to believe she's really smart because she's a lawyer. She's smart. I don't think she intentionally wanted to just chase up to her death. I think there was something she was trying to achieve. Unfortunately, maybe she went about it the wrong way. But there's the angle of love. When you love someone with all your heart and might, when you feel that I have given this person my all. You know, sometimes marriage, you do arrange marriage with somebody, you're there for this, you're there for that, your heart is not there, so even if you cheat, so well. When you give your entire being, everything you have to this person, and you feel betrayed, we don't know what that emotion can push you to do. That emotion could be so strong because betrayal in itself is a terrific emotion that can push anybody either way. So I don't want us to judge this woman that she pushed herself to death so much, but no, I really want us to talk to women who find themselves in these shoes where they feel completely betrayed and they can't move forward until they see justice. What is justice to somebody who feels that they have worked all her life for this person and this person has betrayed them and gone out into their marriage? What do you think that person should do?
So before you give yourself to another person, ask yourself, how many of myself have I given to me? It starts from there. You cannot give what you do not have. A lot of us do not know how to love because we have been deprived, we have been traumatized growing up. A lot of things have happened, and then we see this person who just, symbolizes that love, that hope, that union we are looking forward to, and then you give yourself. And you forget that you are dealing with a human being in the process of being, the process of developing. Humans are evolving every day. You could have met him at a stage where he had nothing. And so it was just you that he was seeing. And then some small change started coming. He now realizes that, okay, this one is a bit beneath me. Let me look forward. Let me see this. Let me see that. You don't know that person. You gave your being everything. And I'm not saying it's not okay to love wholeheartedly, but when you love yourself first, when situations like this happen, you're in a better place to process and ask yourself, in this fight, is there a spoil for me? What will I get out of this fight? Should I go in? Should I come back? Should I step back? Should I observe? Because you know who you are and you have loved yourself first. So women need to start loving and not just women,
Don't finish the show.
even men.
Fantastic.
Love yourself in such a way that when issues like this happen, you are in a better state of mind. You are not rushing from a place of trauma. If I lose him, I'm dead. If I lose him, this will happen. If you lose anybody, you will survive. Stay there and operate from there.
Let's take that in for a minute. That was fantastic. Let me take this call. Peter, you there? You're live. Go ahead, Peter. Hello, Peter, are you there? Oh, I think I lost that call. So that for me, that was huge, because a lot of people forget that they have to love themselves first, and it starts from within. But you see, a lot of women are already there. They didn't get to that point where I love myself. So they found themselves in marriage. It was marriage that made them, give them the confidence. I am Mrs. John. You know, I am this person. And that confidence they have is from that. So when you take that off, you strip them of everything they are.
Their
To who they are in their church, who they are in their work, who they are. It totally strips a woman off. Once you feel like, this man did this to me, and I'm not the most important thing to him anymore. He's about to marry somebody. You know, your queen's son, Camilla. She's now the queen consort, which many are saying, our cherished Diana did not get to this point. I mean, I would have loved to see Diana at this moment, glowing next to Charles. But sadly, she's gone.
And that's life. And that's life.
They were already divorced, Cha, before.
Yeah, but
she
with
died.
the complications of
already
the
separated.
royal family that
That
led to the point of divorce. Yeah.
But he was cheating in the marriage. Apparently, she too was cheating in the marriage. So, I think that, you know, in this part of the world especially, it is, I go to school, I graduate, next thing is a husband. You don't find yourself. You don't know who you are. You just go straight from, and most of us, you hardly hear of a woman renting house. In fact, landlord do not rent house to you.
At all. From your father's house?
Straight to your husband's house. So you have not even identified yourself, identified who you are. You are just, so you are from one house to another, you are not an independent in any way.
Exactly.
True.
So what happens is, so I think I advise women to even get to know themselves first before you, like you said, know who I am before I enter this marriage. So you are entering as a human being, not as an appendage.
Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly.
It's a human being. Complete.
Complete. The man will accept you as you are. Because that is who he fell in love with, a human being, not the person who won't become Mrs. by force.
I know of a story of a woman who was able to manage the side chick thingy because her husband at the time had a facility, you know, like a nice mini complex where they do things. So the husband and wife were there, and the husband rented out a portion of that facility to his ex, who they are still very good friends with. So the wife felt a bit uncomfortable with that scenario, that why is she still here? Because when they're hanging out, sometimes in the evenings they're hanging out, the ex will come, hang out, gisting with her husband, and she would just come in, seeing them, all of them gisting and laughing together. And it was her own way of, because she loved him so much, she didn't want him to come out. She didn't want to come across as if I'm not understanding that you're just friends. You know, I want to trust that girl is not your side chick. She's just your friend, and I want to prove to you that I trust you. So I allow it. But then you allow little, before you know it, they get closer. Before you know it, at what point must you do that grand? Like, well, listen, cut it off. I don't want. You know, how do you put boundaries around your spouse? Because you don't want them to think that you get jealous. You don't want them to feel as if you're not insecure or you're not secure enough. You want to make them feel I am secure. How much boundaries is the woman allowed to put around her spouse, or even a man allowed? Because I mean, we're women here. That's what we're talking about with that gender. But how much generally, how much boundary could you put around?
Mariah, it's okay to be insecure and show your insecurities, but where and when you show the insecurities is what people should begin to learn. So I may be insecure that this particular fine babe is coming around my husband. I don't like her. It's not like I don't trust my husband. And even if I don't trust my husband, somebody is coming around you that I don't like. I will show my insecurity in the bedroom. And it will start with a conversation. Now, let me tell you one scope I gave to a friend of mine who called some time ago that the husband...
Let me pause you for a second. I want to hear that school. That call is holding. Titi Lola, are you there?
Yes, please.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
Hello?
Yes.
My name is Titi Lola.
Yes.
I really appreciate the lady in the middle. I don't know her name.
BC Obiajulu.
She has said it all.
Yes.
One thing is that we women should try not to let men make us go crazy. Whatever they do, an average man, either black or white, is a cheater. They cheat on their wives. And when you are in a relationship that doesn't make you happy, or your husband is cheating on you, if you cannot take it, please walk away.
Yeah.
Love yourself first. Love your family. You have children. Think about them. Because if anything happens to you, the side chick becomes the wife. In the case of this lady that just happened, Camilla became, it wasn't a point of correction again, Camilla wasn't a side chick. She was a child's first girlfriend. But because of the royal family having one issue or the other, he never married her. And she went ahead to marry someone else. Along the line, Diana, in a way, was forced to marry, or Charles was forced to marry Diana. Things went bad. She couldn't cope with the marriage. She was very young when she got married, so I agreed with her. But at the point when she was also supposed to walk away, she never walked away. By the time the divorcing came, she started having affairs herself. And at the end of the day, in the process of having an affair, she died. The so-called side chick, ex-girlfriend, ended up being the wife. Now being the queen, is it constant? So we women should just learn to walk away when things are not happening.
Thank you very much, Titola. I think you did it well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that particular story. And this man was, she was suspecting the man was cheating and she had talked to him, but then these calls keep coming in the middle of the night and everything. She cried to me. She was like, Auntie, you have been telling us relationship gist from university. Please, what do I do about this situation? And I've said, okay, you know what? Since you've spoken to him, he's promised nothing is happening, but these calls keep coming in. He will be hiding in the toilet to receive calls and everything. I said, Auntie, every 12 or like 2 weeks, call me. I will act as a guy on the other side. Then we'll be talking, you laugh. When you laugh, you throw your legs up. I just told her some things that she should do. So I set alarm. By 12, we did this for like 2 weeks. By 12, she'll call me. I will escape from my room so that I don't wake up my husband. And because I didn't tell him what was happening. And I go to the other room and we'll be talking. She'll be laughing, like hush, hush, like she's keeping secrets. Then when the guy passes, she'll quickly, I'll call you back. And she cuts the phone. The guy was observing for 2 weeks. The guy now called her. I said, are you cheating on me? And she said, no, but there's this. He said, who are you always calling? You hide. You leave. You wake up in the night. 12. I've been monitoring you 12. You hide. You do this. You do that. So I was like, no, it's just this guy that. The guy said, I'm not. I would tell that lady to stop calling me. So what the guy saw was, this was a woman who was trying to own her own. I've told you I don't like this. You are going ahead. Okay, me too can play the game. And she said in 3 months, that call stopped. She didn't know what the husband told the lady. She just realized that the call stopped coming, and then later she now gisted the man that I was actually playing with, and which I told her you wouldn't have if I leave him like that, honestly. So that next time in his head, he will not try it. So people who cheat, this is just because I'm not talking for just the men and the women. They observe you. They push the boundaries. They know that you are good. You have told them that this is it. We die here. I cannot leave you. You are my life. You are my soul. So they feel they can do it and get away with it. But if they have an idea that two can play that game, this my wife, they crazy so, or this my husband, they crazy so, I cannot try it. They give you a form of respect. Even if the man or the woman cannot hold herself, they will do it in such a way that you will never find out.
Let me switch over to the side of the side chick. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of this side chick who a man has come to you and he's talks about how dreadful his wife is, you know, how unhappy he is in marriage, how painful. No, you never know. Some men feel like this.
Some men are.
I married somebody.
Then divorce.
Wait now, let me say.
Some women too are miserable in marriage.
There's some men. So this you're not putting yourself as a side chick. The man has come to you. He's miserable.
Can I put myself as a side guy?
He's obsessed with his marriage. He's tired. He only loves his children. He's done with her. He doesn't want her in her picture. And you are here. He loves you so much, like his entire life. And you see that when you're with him, you're happy. He makes you happy. You make him happy. And you guys are meant for each other. Your prayer point is that Father should please help you
remove the wife.
Father, please, I don't know what you're going to do. Every demon that's stopping me from marrying this man. Father, the Holy Ghost fire, come down and burn. You never know. You keep praying at the altar. God, please. And this man is my true love. Because indeed, it is me he truly loves. And then the woman, God forbid, now died.
Hey!
What would you do? What is it, hey? What would you now do?
I say hey. I can't pray that kind of prayer.
No, because you don't want her to die. Oh. Your prayer was that God should maybe she should relocate to Canada or Gombe. And God forbid, somebody now passes on. What exact? You as a side chick at this moment, what would you do?
Why did you do it like this now? It's not like that I prayed. I didn't want the person to die.
But you prayed that God should remove.
Let me take one more, because I don't want us to laugh about this right here. Because
kind of prayer anyway. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I wouldn't pray that kind of prayer. I think things should just happen naturally.
Yeah.
You know, don't start praying because
Or don't
be
even
careful what you wish for.
What exactly? Do you think she should give sukkah to the man at this time, or she should just walk away?
After the man has lost
His wife.
then she will now walk away. He will not lose both ways. So what were you praying for in the first place?
Okay, so she should stay? If I was the side chick, I'll walk away.
No, you can't walk away. You prayed for the woman to be removed. However, the woman is removed is not your concern. Not be prayer you pray. God does not answer the way we pray. No, just get what I'm trying to say. When we pray that God should give us a car, He doesn't bring a car down now. He gives you an idea, you get a job, you do this, you do that, and then a car comes. And now you have prayed that God, that is if the kind of God you are praying to is even listening to that nonsense prayer in the first place. You pray that God should remove this person, and the person dies. The person has been removed. Why do you want to go?
Because you're not a ruthless person. You just wanted the person to relocate.
You are ruthless by sleeping with a married man. Simple.
Yes, I don't think the man will not even be able to go with her.
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there?
If he loves his wife.
I don't expect him to. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mariah, we just pity and so sad of the
I can't hear him.
over
Sir, we can't hear you. Hello, sir. I really wanted to.
Hear you.
Okay, very good. It's clearer now. Go ahead, please.
Yes. I said it's just a pity. It's a pity and so sad for the woman that died over the weekend or so. And BC, is it BC or what is her name? The woman in
Julie, yes.
Yeah, she's so, when it comes to issues like this, she's so sharp, so intelligent. She knows how to put those things together. And I give that to her anyway. You see, the issue of a woman chasing a side chick, so to say, or men chasing men going after their wife, it's a personal decision, you know. For the woman that went ahead chasing his husband or something over a woman, now she's no longer here. How will she continue to chase the man? I believe one thing is that she would have waited for this man peacefully, let the man return home. Now she has lost the man, lost the husband, put the children into pain and sorrow. Who will take care of those children? I already look. This man, you rightly said, Mariah, that we have some men that are born into this thing. They grow up with this thing. This is what they do. Even before they got married to the man or before the man married them, they already know this man cannot change. This is what some men does every day. Look, there's no man that is suspected in this issue we are talking here. It's few of us. The only thing that everybody know how to play into our game. in secret.
Are
But
you
the
married?
only way we throw it open. Yes. It's the only way
Do
to
you
throw
cheat?
it open to the air. Yes, I'm married.
Are you
Do you
cheating?
cheat?
I'm married. Yes, I am married. And,
Are you cheating on your wife? That's the question, Mr. Momo.
No, I don't need to
He
do
will
that.
not tell you now.
But I don't need to do that. Auntie,
YK.
Sorry, I tried to call Auntie, the other Auntie, because she's laughing. Maybe because of the question was so.
Thank you very much, Mr.
question
Momo.
was so
You know, I mean, we're looking at all the angles. Yes,
Yeah, I wanted to just answer the question you asked. So if a man who is unhappy, you know, most men have gotten side chicks because they claimed they were unhappy. That's what the stories they tell you. And my wife is making me sad. My wife is this. I'm depressed. I'm this and that. A woman who respects herself will tell the man, go and divorce and then come back. Clear it.
No, but some men
And then
don't
come
do
back.
that.
No,
It's
I'm
not
just
all
saying-
men
You
that-
can't divorce because you have children involved. You can't divorce.
So what do you want to use me for?
You're my friend.
No,
I love
you want to keep me as a mistress.
And I'm fine with being a mistress. Some people are fine with being a mistress.
Most women are not
It is
fine being a mistress.
Some women
It
are.
is not all men
Hold on.
that are cheating that will tell you, oh, I'm not happy with my wife, that's why I'm cheating. They are just cheating.
But what they tell the women to get them, first of all, the ones I know, is that they are not happy in the
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
They want
No,
you give me
yeah.
peace. She doesn't give
My
me
wife has
peace.
gotten fat.
She gives me war. Yeah, she doesn't dress well anymore. She doesn't clean her undies and all that. I just relax here. They close from work instead of going home. They come here
Yeah.
and chill,
Yeah.
eat pepper soup, eat fish. We took a story one time now that the wife could not go and do the fish. He called the girlfriend. On loudspeaker, oh yeah, do fish, I'm coming. And then I enter supermarket to go and buy fresh fish to make. So those are some of the stories they use. But a woman who believes that I have to get it right and I have to pay attention to how I make another woman feel. So the thing about this is selfishness. You don't care about that other woman because she's not your friend, she's not your sister, she's not your family member. After all, now the man waka come meet me. So you stay there, and women do not know how to be mistresses quietly. They want the name at the end of the day because of the tag. The society
I don't
has placed
think
on
so,
marriage.
BC.
Hold
I
on
think
now.
things have changed.
Men, listen.
There are
men,
some women
wait
that
now,
is their
okay.
occupation. Oh.
Wait now, wait.
They don't want your
wait.
name.
No, obviously, there are some women is their
I never
occupation.
said those women.
BC,
Except
they
the
don't
man
want your
don't get
name.
money.
They just want you to get them an apartment. They have 1 or 2
Exactly.
kids,
I
and
don't
they're
believe
good to go.
I don't
They
believe
don't
that.
need you. They
I
don't need your
don't
name.
They don't even want your child. They will still have their man that they're going to marry
I
later
don't
on.
believe that because when
Ah.
this man died, you see the
Go and
man showing up with the
investigate.
child. I don't believe that.
Go
It's
and
easier for a
investigate
side
properly.
boy to just chill on the sidelines and knows I don't want you out of your husband's house than for a side woman to just say, all my life, I'm just going to be mistress in this society. They always have an end game at the end of the day. Especially the man is kind. The man is refreshing. The man drops money. You will not want to collect name.
It
I don't
depends
believe
on,
that.
Let me take this call.
Maybe she's 35.
Let me take this call.
And she's
And
looking
then
for
who's
husband.
mistress
Princess from
No,
Abuja.
what your young girls going
No,
to do
those ones are
mistress?
wrong.
Let me take.
Hey, but guys are waiting now.
Let me
No,
take-
not be cheating. What, how you know say that
Let
girl
me
wey
take
inside
this
motor
call,
maybe-
oh.
Rose girl.
YK, Princess from Abuja. Yes, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
In fact, I've been trying to call in over 68 times.
Oh,
Finally, I got
sorry.
in.
Thank you for getting to.
It's unfortunate I couldn't get in when you were talking about our dear Pomo.
Yes,
But
go ahead.
the woman who unfortunately lost her life is painful.
Yeah, it
Very
is.
painful. As a married woman, I can relate with maybe what she was thinking. It's painful when you're giving your all and consistently, evil things like this just keep happening. If I were in her shoes, I'd have done it differently. All she needed to do was to create a map for that girl in that town and give her a piece of the hell she's putting her through. Chasing after the man was not called for. You can actually fight a cold war in the house
Yeah.
without using words. And the man will be scared because he cannot tell what you're up to. Women talk and rant when they are angry. But when you don't talk, a man becomes a child before you and he's scared. He doesn't know what you're going to do next. I just pity the lady and I pray that God grants her eternal
Thank you,
rest.
Princess.
Amen.
You see, I recall a conversation I
Amen.
had with an auntie. Just while she was talking, I just remembered. Her husband left her. It was a cheating issue also. He left her. He had a baby outside, and she left. And, you know, she decided to leave, and she just left. You know, she didn't want to go through this kind of drama.
Messy, yeah.
And she left. But you see, leaving was more heartbreaking for her because she had grown 10 years extra. Her face, you know, she has sucked up so much emotion. She didn't exert it like these people are exerting. She kept it in, and she grew old almost immediately because she's thinking of properties, how they're going to sell, how they're going to share, how she's going to raise the kids to go to school, how she's going to deal with family. You know, she go for a family event. You know, the emotional drain on a woman who's having to suck it up. I don't want to cause drama. I don't want to become that loud woman. Because those people who are loud and try to scatter it all, trust me, they find a way to get their own, they exert all that energy. But the woman who chooses to just have that cold war that our last caller said, sometimes that's how cancer begins to develop because there's so much you're thinking about. So sometimes how does a woman in that kind of thing, how do we really help women who are going through this?
So first of all, see a professional, get a therapist. There's no shame in discussing. I get calls every day that I'm having so and so in my marriage. I need to talk to you. Talk to somebody who can help you walk through regaining who you are. Because when marriage splits, you have lost a part of your identity. Everybody here knows me as Mrs. Ugbo. Everybody here knows you as Mrs. Morayo. If anything happens tomorrow, God forbid, and that other name is out of the equation, you know, it's going to take you a while to get your identity of who just Morayo is or who just BC is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that's why you need help. You need to leave family members right now because everybody will come with their own baggages of, hey, marriage is like that, oh, just stay there, or just suffer it, oh. Get a professional to help you walk through finding yourself again. If the marriage is going to eat your head, this woman, poor her, may her soul rest in peace, this marriage has eaten her head. If before you get to that point where that marriage eats your head, get help so that you can help yourself ease into society, ease out of life, and get yourself back. I've seen a lot of people who have been divorced, who have been separated, who are living happy lives. It's not something that is not attainable. We can achieve that.
One of the things that we must know as human beings is that you will have, in any relationship, husband, wife, wife, husband, you will have the ups and downs. You will have the mistrust, you will have the...
Mama.
So just find a way to live through it. I think don't let it age you. Don't let it, you know, just communication.
There's a message that just came, Mikey. It's a tribalist comment, but it's kind of funny. But let me read it. It's not my own comment, though.
Okay.
This is somebody that said, hello, Mariah. BC is 90% right. Hausa women date you, hide under religion, so you may not know. Igbo women will date their best friend's man, and she will not even know. Yoruba women, they loud everything. They want to inherit you, your name, your future, your property, everything. Now us, they loud down. You know, we are the ones that want to have that name. That you must move. You must enter, but this is just a tribalist stuff.
Yeah.
But the truth is, as I said, I want us to look at all the sides. So finally, and the last juncture is this man.
Yeah.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of this man.
So confused right now.
Yes. How could he move forward? Because his wife just died. Now, maybe he's sorry about what, because I heard that he was apologizing to her while she was in his in her blood, and in her pool of her own blood. And what's he thinking right now? What do you think if he was your brother? What would you advise him to do at this moment?
May it not be my brother.
Amen.
And
would his children ever forgive him? I mean, do you think it's something, is a conversation? Yeah, I don't know how old the kids are. Do you think it's a conversation he should have with his children? Do you think,
the
family?
I think
come and tell the children.
It's a really heartbreaking story. Yes. I don't know how the man is going to survive right now. This man needs a therapist.
He does.
He definitely,
does he need a therapist? Somebody that cheated on his wife. How kind of therapy does he need?
So he cheated on his wife, but he did not...
He didn't cheat to leave her now.
Do you understand? It just happened that way. And I don't know, but I think he needs to see somebody because it may take him a long... See, the guilt will never leave him. If he's a man that has a conscience, the guilt will never leave him. Anytime he closes his eyes, he will say, hey, it was me that caused the death of this woman, especially a woman who has tried labored, sacrificed, and
He may never even be able to
recover fully. So he needs help.
That's not even what I was going to say.
He may never be able to do that one. I don't believe that thing. No.
Okay, why are you thinking about that? It's not too early.
I don't believe
It's
that.
too early
Your
to
mind
do
is
what?
always on this matter. You thought you
No,
were offending you.
I said you don't say I'm
So
sitting down.
why are you thinking about that one at this
I'm
stage?
just thinking that thing might not.
I disagree. When it comes to that thing, and
The minds
are different.
No, the minds are not different.
the minds are different.
Man, when you get money, nothing go happen.
No, now then they do.
Oh,
now.
oh,
Why can't you be
God.
talking like
That
this?
one is just to not having money.
You never had money.
If you're a,
you were never poor
excuse
before.
me, if you're a rich man, then the money you just see the money flying away. Nothing will happen.
See, I was poor.
If you are poor,
I was poor.
if you are listen, if you
fire the most.
those are the poor people now. That's the only succor.
Entertainment that they have.
That's the only succor you have. That's why they have 7, 10 children.
Okay.
The one will get money before. Money don't fly.
For yeah, okay. The mindset is different. But trust me. Trust me.
Every shop we close.
Trust me.
Side chick, forget everything will go.
It depends on this guy.
Okay.
Oh.
You have to
If
go.
he's somebody that is not, he may
It's
still
not
be able to do.
That's all we can take on the show. It's not yet
Today's
Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Oh. See, we've crossed our boundary. This is not a Wednesday matter. Anyway, that is all we can take on the show. But this is not a laughing matter, really, because somebody has died. Because she has 3 children, families will have to take care of those children.
May her soul rest in perfect
May her
peace.
soul rest in
It's
peace.
the
And
children
hope
that I just feel
we can
for.
also take lessons from this experience because, in this life, life is too short. No matter what. So I sent her. Me and my husband had a bit of fight yesterday. I sent a message to my auntie. I was just venting, and she was like, "Marital, don't let anybody stress you. This life."
Calm down.
Calm down.
Buy chocolate ice cream and just chill.
Life is not. Don't let anybody stress you. You'll be all right. That's all we can
I give
take.
you chocolate in the car.
Please, I'll take that chocolate. I need that chocolate.
I've been down
I'll
since
dip it into my ice
yesterday.
cream. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Bye.
I want that chocolate, YK.